I'm Mark Matsumoto and welcome to my Tokyo kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make a dry Japanese style curry that's known here as keema kare. So stick around. Japanese keema curry is based on a South Asian ground meat dish that goes by the same name, but instead of the traditional lamb or goat, we use ground beef or pork, and it's got the savory, sweet taste profile of Japanese curry. The beauty of this dry curry is that it's prepared more like a stir-fry than a stew, so it can be thrown together in a matter of minutes. For my version, I have a few unexpected tricks that'll cut the cooking time down to 15 minutes, but it makes it taste like it's been simmering away for hours. Sound good? Let's start with a look at our ingredients. For our aromatics, I'm using 200 grams of onion, 100 grams of carrot, 12 grams of garlic, 12 grams of ginger, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, and a tablespoon of vegetable oil. For the meat, I'm using 450 grams of ground beef, but pork, chicken, or lamb will work too. To season these, I'm using 2 tablespoons of Japanese curry powder, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and a half teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna top my keema curry with a raw egg yolk, but this is optional, and if eggs aren't safe to eat raw where you live, I recommend using a poached egg or hot spring egg instead. And I'll link to my recipes for both of those in the video description below. The first thing we want to do is puree our aromatics, and I'm going to start with the onion by grating it straight into a pan. You want to chop the top off the onion and peel it, but leave the root end intact so the onion doesn't fall apart. Next, I'm going to grate in the carrot. I'm using a Japanese daikon grater to do this, and I love it because it has gaps that keep it from getting clogged up. You can pick one of these up as part of a Japanese mandolin set on my kitchen tool shop, and I'll include a link to that in the description. Then I'm gonna grate in the garlic. By pureeing the aromatics, we're releasing most of the water from them before we even get it onto the stove. This speeds up caramelization because the water in the veggies has to evaporate before they'll start caramelizing. Finally, I'm gonna grate in the ginger. By the way, you can also just chop all these up and puree them in the food processor if that's easier for you. Now I'm gonna sprinkle on the baking soda and get these onto the stove over medium-high heat. The baking soda raises the pH of the mixture, which accelerates the breakdown of pectin in the veggies, and it also acts as a catalyst for the caramelization and Maillard browning reactions we're trying to achieve. Put simply, it's gonna speed things up. The goal here is to evaporate the liquid released by the veggies, so once it starts boiling, keep the mixture moving around the pan to speed things up. After about 8 minutes, you should have a nice thick paste like this, and it's at this point we're gonna add the oil. Most of the water is evaporated at this point, and the oil is gonna help transfer the heat from the pan to the veggies so they're able to caramelize. This should only take another minute or two, and you want to keep stirring it so it doesn't burn. Once the paste is golden brown and shiny like this, you want to add the curry powder and the cocoa powder, and then we're going to work them into the paste. Be sure to do this as quickly as possible or the spices are going to scorch and get bitter. This is looking perfect, so let's add the ground beef. And I'm gonna chop up the clumps using the side of my spatula. The goal is to crumble up the beef while working it into the curry paste. Once the beef is cooked, I'm gonna season or dry curry by adding the soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, and salt. Now I'm just gonna stir fry this together until the mixture is nice and crumbly and there's almost no liquid left in the pan. This will only take about a minute. Okay, this is looking perfect, so let's get it plated up. I've got a plate of cooked Japanese short grain rice here, and I'm gonna cover it with a layer of our keema curry. Then I'm gonna level off the top so I can set our egg on it. In Japan, eggs come with a very short expiration date because they've been raised and handled to be eaten raw. This makes them relatively safe, but I wouldn't recommend trying this anywhere else. Okay, let's drop that egg yolk on there. And my Japanese keema curry is ready to eat. Oh man, my stomach is grumbling. This smells amazing, so let's dig in. Itadakimasu. All right, I'm gonna start by breaking this egg yolk here. Look at that. Ooh. It's so creamy. All right, I've got some curry, some egg, and some rice. Mmm. I'm lost for words. This is so good. I mean, the kitchen smells amazing, which raises expectations, but this just blew past them. It's just ridiculously flavorful. It took about 15 minutes to cook this, including caramelizing the aromatics, but it tastes like it's been simmering away for hours. Oh, it's so good. You've got the sweetness from those caramelized onions, garlic, ginger, and carrots, and the different spices from the curry along with that nutty cocoa powder makes it taste like it took a lot longer to make than it actually did. And that egg yolk adds tons of richness without making it too cloying. And if you can't find eggs that are safe to eat raw where you live, you can throw a boiled egg, a poached egg, or onsen tamago on top of this. This Japanese-style keema curry has one of the best taste-to-effort ratios of any dish, so I hope you'll give it a try. It's so good. Well, I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy the rest of this, but check out this playlist for more Japanese-style curry dishes, and I'll catch you in the next one.